That is retarded. Okay, there's sound now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Case Crack for BlitzMinis. All right, so I've been talking to myself for.
At least they didn't hear the fire alarm. So at least they didn't hear fire.
Okay, yes. All intentional. I just didn't want you guys to hear the fire alarm. All right, so we have another L here, Stolen AT Hauler. It's pretty fun because this is going to be. I think this is actually not made for the normal play Premier or Constructed or even Draft. I think this is made more for Twin Suns. So it says, when defeated, choose an opponent for this phase. They may play this unit from its owner's discard pile for free. So in Twin Suns, there's a lot of negotiation, and if you attack me or you kill this unit, I can say, hey, if you kill this unit, I'm going to give it to somebody else. Stuff like that. So pretty good. Pretty good. And it's free if you play it. And it's 4/5, so it's pretty decent. Also, of course, if you're playing that mechanic that nobody knows, the yellow heroic, you can just turn this off. So even when he's defeated, your opponent doesn't get it. Phasma, another rare leader. If you play the first order card this phase, deal 1 damage to a base. I don't think it's really that good. Feels like a weaker version of Sabine, and then you don't even come out, and then there's a requirement to do it. You come out at 4/5, and if you control 5 resources, then even the flip ability is on attack. If you play the first order card this phase, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. If you do, deal 1 damage to a base. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna be meta. Direct hit hyperspace as one of the removal cards. I think this will be pretty popular. IG 2000, Overwhelm. When played, deal 1 damage to each of up to 3 units. All right. Spiet on this. Diversion. No, that's not the card. There was one card. I think it's a rare that I saw it on Petronaki. That basically you can pay it and then you exhaust all the units in another arena. I remember it was yellow. I just don't know if it's yellow heroism. But it's a really good card because it allows that if, let's say, you're focusing on just one arena, you can turn off the other arena with initiative. Hotshot Maneuver is the rare here. Choose a friendly unit for each on its attack abilities. Deal 2 damage to a different enemy unit. Then attack with the chosen unit. Wait, what? Okay, I see. So, I don't think you're meant to deal damage to enemy units, but this is a really good card actually. For 1 point, if you have got multiple on-attack abilities, you can do 2 damage if you're going to kill enemy units. If you do, that's great. If you don't, you can do 2 damage to your friendlies and get them to attack. And you can do it for each of the on-attack abilities. So if, let's say, you were playing... does Biggs give anything on attack? No, it doesn't. Okay, so you probably only get 1 or 2. But if you're doing it with Luke, then if the unit that you attach him to has an on-attack, he has an on attack, that's 2. You can effectively either hit with 3 units at the same time, friendlies, or you can do 2 damage, and with the 3 for Luke. Oh, that, you know what, I'll just show it to you guys. So if you flip Luke here, and then you play Hot Shot, and then you've got so let's say you put Luke on a Red Squadron Y-Wing. He's got 2 on attack abilities, right? And then you play Hot Shot Maneuver. It basically means you can do 3 with Luke's on attack. You can do 2 with this, so you do 5 to one guy. And if he's dead, then he doesn't get to attack. If he doesn't, then he just dies. And then you also have got the second one, you can do another 2 to kill somebody else off. This is really, really strong, actually. Hot Shot, and it's only 1 point. So on turn 5, turn 6, you just flip Luke, you hit with Hot Shot, and you're off to the races, really. Really nice. Hyperspace Luke. It's great. The fire alarm has stopped. And now we have drilling above us. Oh, I didn't open this pack. Okay, wait. Anakin Skywalker foil. Super Ion Cannon as a rare. I don't like this card. It sounds like it's not bad for what it does, but then it's on attack. So you're gonna have to place it on a unit, and then maybe next turn you do it. Or you give your opponent 1 turn to react and answer, and that's never good. So, this side. Sorry guys, there's some renovation works going on upstairs, so you might hear some of that. Victor Leader, one of the buff cards for Imperial players. The only thing I will say is that a lot of people may assume that the tokens TIE Fighter is Imperial, and it is not. Just like the X-Wing is not Rebel. So just bear that in mind. Gold Leader, Boshak. Close the gate shield. Close the shield gate. Choose a base. The next time damage would be dealt to it this phase, prevent that damage. Pretty decent, especially if your opponent thinks they're about to win. You can kind of turn that around on them. I don't know if it's worth space in a deck when you'd rather just do Vigilance or something like that to heal. Maybe early game to prevent some really bad big baddies from hitting you, especially when people don't have a lot of cards but they buff them up to hit you. Might be decent counter. Banshee and Admiral Yularen is our rare. So we've got 3 different versions of Yularen at this point. They've got Colonel, they've got Admiral, and I can't remember what the last one is. Commander? Yeah, so we've got lots of different versions of this guy. He served the Republic, the Rebellion, and I think the Imperials. Yeah. So when played, choose Grid, restore 1 Sentinel or shoot it, and while this unit is in play, each friendly vehicle gains that chosen keyword. So pretty decent stuff. You might actually play him with Boba, because he gives all this stuff to people. Just kind of thinking if modded cohort is a vehicle, because it's on the card, but I don't know. Anyway, hyperspace supporting ETA. Design, hyperspace, nebula ignition, that's a L. defeat each unit that isn't upgraded. Basically, kills all tokens because most tokens won't be upgraded, and could be effectively a one-sided super laser blast if you're playing all specialty. So you can already see there are quite a few reprints in this deck. A few of them. So when they do rotation, some of these cards are going to stay, some of them are going to go. Shuttle ST-149. I think this is Krennic's ship. Shielded and when played, when defeated, you may take control of a token upgrade on a unit and attach it to a different eligible unit. Okay. Data Vault, one of the rare bases this season, and Cat and Mouse. There, Cat and Mouse. So far. Dilapidated Ski Speeder. So this is one of those cards that I thought went pretty well with Big's Darklighter. Yeah. So when you play him, you take 3 damage, and then you play Biggs for just 1, and then if it's a speeder, it gains grit. So it becomes a 6/3 without doing anything. Yeah, so that's pretty decent. Sorry, no. It's got +2, so it becomes 8/4 for 4 points. Pretty disgusting if you manage to get it off. Skyhawk is our legendary for this pack. Pretty decent. I don't think you'll see that much play, but let's see. While paying costs, you pay half as many resources rounded up. So it's pretty good, but then it comes in at 9. So unless you can ramp up that fast, it might make sense. But I don't see how much value you're going to get out of paying half cost towards the end of the game when you already have fewer cards in your hand. And then if you've already gotten your momentum up with the card draws, then alright, this. So we've got, I think, about we've got about 30 cases, 40 cases to crack. So we might either turn the stream off or go quiet for a bit while we just run through them. But yeah, once we get a good hang of what's coming out in the cards, we'll see what happens. Oh, I guess for those who haven't been keeping up with the updates until it released, this is the Swarming Vulture Droid. So one of the cards that I think are quite funny, and the first time that we're allowed to put more than 3 copies of a card in your deck. So if you look at it, it says a deck can have up to 15 copies of this card. This unit gets +1 for each other friendly Swarming Vulture Droid. What is interesting is that we do not, well, I think as written, it does mean that this might be the only card in Twin Suns that you can bring 15 of as well. Because it doesn't say for Premier or Constructed, right? It just says you can bring 15. So that might be a very interesting thing to see on Twin Suns. Because as you build up and people ignore you, you become more and more powerful. Tam Rivor is our rare, but we have a hyperspace foil for this one. Droid Missile Platform. When defeated, deal 3 indirect damage to a player. This is actually not bad for Thrawn. Comes in at 4-2 and then another hyperspace Luke. Dorian gunship, hyperspace. Just command, no villainy or heroism, but it is a rebel capital ship, and deal indirect damage to player equal to the number of vehicles units you control. So if you have a lot of tokens, playing 5 and then just smashing him with that's pretty decent. Then you got Nien Nub. I think my wife calls him Mr. Wu. Sith Trooper. So you can see that they're starting to introduce in this set quite a lot of first order stuff. So I think it's going to come up more and more, just to give us more options to play with and a wider variety of decks that you'll see. Meta hasn't formed yet. Sweep the area. Return up to 2 non-leader units in the same arena with a combined cost of 3 or less to their owner's hand. So if someone is spamming, you can put some of them back. Ahsoka Tano, really good rare. A rare that I think a lot of people are going to be paying more than legendaries for. At least that's what I hear. Red 5, hyperspace foil. Very decent. Honda Onaka, a double vigilance legendary. His shielded comes in at 3/5, costs 4, and on attack you may take control of a non-pilot upgrade on a unit and attach it to a different eligible unit. So you could take somebody's stuff, really. It says non-unique, does it? Oh, non-pilot. Okay, so you just can't take a pilot, but you could take other stuff like a lightsaber. Oh, damn. Yeah, you could take a fallen lightsaber from somebody. At 5 points, no less. And still get a unit out of the whole exchange. Coordinated Front is our hyperspace. Invincible is our legendary for this. We also have Seasoned Fleet Admiral as a rare hyperspace. Pretty decent. Black 1 is our rare for this one. Let's just go through it real quick. It's Resistance. While this unit is upgraded, it gets +1. And if you control Poe Dameron, you may deal 1 damage to a unit on attack. So yeah, this is Poe's ship. If you get him, pretty good. A lot of people are saying Poe is going to be the next Sabine. I'm not really sure about that. I think Luke does a better job, but we'll see. Also important to note that Poe Dameron's leader does not confer the unit that he attaches to a leader unit status, so could be removed and destroyed pretty easily. Royal Swarming Voucher. Nabat Village, draw 3 more cards in your starting hand. You can't take a mulligan. And then when the first action phase starts, put 3 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. So basically you draw 9 cards in the front, and then you can throw 3 of them to the bottom. I'm not sure it's worth 3 HP, but... Wait around. Voucher. Shoot down. Not particularly interesting. There's a Crest, Chimera, Poe Dameron, Cat and Mouse is a rare. Exhaust an enemy unit. If you do, ready a friendly unit in the same arena with power equal to or less than that unit. For 3 points. Not terrible. So we got Hyperspace L, Ghost. So this is an interesting L. I just want to say that it's a little bit weird because you actually are able to do some pretty funny things with it. It gains all its keywords. So while it's upgraded, it gains Sentinel, which means all Spectre units gain Sentinel. And then worst of all is that if you put a bounty on this unit, all of them get that bounty. So it seems a bit weird. I don't know if that needs a clarification. And then here we have L337. Really good card because you can put it down, and then when it's defeated, he becomes a pilot. So really decent. So another indirect damage shooter, and if you do anything to a unit, they get exhausted. Pretty decent. And then there's the other one, the Gorilla Soldier, which is that if you do any damage to a base, you can ready this unit. So both very decent cards. Dragonaut, Attentive, Iden Urso, and Hyperspace Foil Repair for JTL. Sabine's Masterpiece, one of the really good cards for this deck, this set. It is going to buff Hera from set 1, so you can play all the Spectre units, and then if you control all of them, or one of each, from each of the aspects, you can heal 2 from a base, give an experience token to a unit, deal 1 to a unit or base, and exhaust already a resource. And then as a foil, we have Never Tell Me the Odds, which is actually a starter card, but now you can receive starter cards and hyperspace of starter cards in normal packs. And so you sit down here, discard 3 cards from the opponent's deck and 3 cards from your deck, deal damage to a unit equal to the number of cards with an odd cost. So again, if you play your whole deck with odd, you're always going to get a minimum of 3, which is your side, and then you can see what you do with the opponents if you get lucky. No, it's not Evasive Move, it's something else. I'm just trying to find it. What was it? It was something that exhausted everything in another arena. Maybe it's not a JTL card. Maybe it's a... Trench Run. That's an interesting one. On attack with a fighter unit, for this unit it gets +4 and gains on attack discard 2 cards from the defending player's deck. Deal unpreventable damage equal to the difference in the discarded card's costs to this unit. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Kinda gambling, but you get +4, so I don't know. Might work. Shred regardless of the actual efficacy of the card, the art is really nice. Eject is our rare. But basically, let's just swap a couple of pilots around. Got that version. So one thing about eject is interesting is that it actually says move it to the ground arena as a unit and exhaust it, and then draw a card. So you get to move it into a ground, and then you also get to draw a card. It's not bad. Again, not sure I'll see much play because I don't see people doing that too often. Darth Vader as our legendary. Piloting 3, cost 6, comes out at 7/7, and then he's got a piloting 3, which gives on attack you may deal 1 damage to a unit. If a unit is defeated in this way, you may deal 1 damage to a unit on base. So you can do effectively 2 pings if you kill something or not. But it's for 3, it's only a 3/3, so not so good, I feel. There are better value cards out there. But Darth Vader is always going to be one of those cards that gets lots and lots of hype. It's carrying the whole franchise at this point. Mandalorian, I think this is the first time we've drawn him. Yeah, so 5/5, and he costs 5. He's a double cunning, and when played as a unit, exhausts up to 2 ground units. And when played as an upgrade, exhaust an enemy unit in this arena. And he only costs 2 as a pilot, and as a pilot, it's only cunning 1 aspect. So yeah, it's a pretty decent card. And then if you're playing Mando, that means you're gonna be exhausting 2 guys, because you can also trigger Mando's leader ability. So yeah, decent stuff. Boba Fett, only a rare this time, but one of the good cards. When piloting, he only costs 2 cunning and villainy. When played as an upgrade, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. If attached to a transport, which the Fett's fire spray is, you may deal 2 damage instead. Decent card. Starhawk, again, not a very impressive L. I know some of the Ls are going to be very nice this season, this set, but we got a hyperspace tactical heavy bomber. One of my favorite scenes from the sequel trilogy, I guess is what it's called. Had these guys inside, but this doesn't look like the one that I'm talking about, because this is not a Juggernaut below it, I believe. This is the Starkiller base. I'm not sure. There's that. so I'm not sure. But the first scene where Poe uses all the tactical heavy bombers to take out the Juggernaut is huge. I really like that one, even though a lot of it doesn't make that much sense. Fly casual. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, this is my L. Oh, sorry, because I pulled out the thing. Nebula Nation. And then we have Fly Casual, ready a vehicle unit. It can't attack bases for this phase. It's a Heroism card, but if you have Overwhelm, it might still work. Hotshot Maneuver. I think we've already gone through that one. And Eagle Escort. Close the Shield Gate. Already gone through. Captain Phasma Foil. We haven't gotten the legendary Death Star plans. I think that one's pretty fun. Fleet Interdictor Hyperspace. Nice card. Nice ship. I like the design. And Champion Dula. Boom! Victor Leader. Okay. Pretty good chase card. And then they hate that ship foil. Alright. Next box. Allegiant General Pride and Hyperspace Foil for U-Wing Lander. This one's just a standard blue, but when played, give 3 experience tokens to this unit, and then when this unit completes an attack, you may attach an upgrade to this unit to another eligible friendly unit. So, you could ambush him out and then just attack with the 5/5 and then give 1 experience to somebody else. Cruiser, dilapidated, spacer, Homestead Militia, another card that's getting reprinted along with Occupier Siege Tank. Rogue, Swarming. Ooh, that is a L. Annihilator. This is one of the big capital ships. 11 points for 12. And then when played, when defeated, you may defeat enemy unit. If you do, search its controller's deck and hand for each card with that unit's name and discard them. So this one is really strong. But I don't think you're going to get to 11 that fast. And by then, it might not make a difference. And then from the way it's spelled, you also do get to go through your opponent's deck, which I'm not sure is intentional. But I guess when you get to 11 resources, it's kind of the end of the game already. Nabat Village, isn't? Bunker Defender, 1 green place, Victor Leader. Ooh, foil Han Solo. Legendary. Yeah. So when he's attached to the Falcon, he gets basically shoot first, and he gets +2/+3. Don't forget the Falcon can allow an additional pilot. So you can play him and Chewbacca, which is I think the go-to from the sub deck. And if you do it, it's really another hyperspeed. Oh, another repair. Seasoned Fleet Admiral. Your space. Profundity, another capital ship legendary for 9 points, 8/9, and its aggression, heroism. So when played, when defeated, choose a player, they discard a card from their hand. Then if they have more cards in their hand than you, they discard a card from their hand. So basically you just kind of mill the guy if he is drawing a lot of cards, or maybe if he's playing control. But at control, if you get to 9, things are not going your way. Direct hit foil. Foil Big Star Glider. Nice. Rio Durant. Barrel Roll as a hyperspace foil. Actually quite nice, the art, when it's opened up like that. The barrel roll looks a lot nicer. Iden Urso as our rare. Rampart, one of the nicer rares for this season. This unit doesn't ready during the regroup phase unless its power is 4 more, so you kind of have to upgrade him. So it's not a turn 1 play, you want to do it as a turn 2, so you play him and then you play a leader, pilot for 1, and then he can be off to the races after that. So that's a foil. Zygerian Starhawk. Gold Leader. Dogfight. Interesting card for this one. It's only an uncommon, but you can attack with a unit even if it's exhausted. That unit can't attack bases for this attack. But if you have Overwhelm, that's a pretty decent card. You can hit something else with this. So yeah, pretty fun. And it's only a 1-point event, so really easy to get off. Unity of Purpose, Hyperspace, very nice. Moff Gideon. Dedicated Wingman. Sweep the area. We saw this already. IG-88 is our rare, and Dorsal Turret. Dorsal Turret's an interesting one. When this unit deals combat damage to a unit while attacking, defeat that unit. Um, so this could kill things like capital ships really easily. The only thing, like I say, is it requires a little bit of setup. So maybe if you pair it with Dogfight, so for 2 points you can kill an enemy unit, that might work. BB-8 is another droid. Pretty fun. When you play as an upgrade, you may pay 2 if you do ready a resistance unit. So for 3 points, you could ready an already used unit for the round, or one that you just place down, and then pop off with an attack. So lots of very fun tricks in this set that let you come back and mess with your opponent's calculation in their head. So it looks like it's going to be a fun one, because there are a lot of things you can do to screw with people. R2-D2 is another upgrade which I think is pretty fun, because it costs 0 as a pilot. So if you play R2 as a pilot, it's 0 cost and it's +1/+1. Pretty decent. Banshee Hyperspace, and our legendary is Radiant 7. Each non-leader unit gets -1 for each damage on it. Basically reverse grid. And deal 5 indirect damage to a player. It says to a player, so for Twin Suns you can do it to other people. Fight fire with fire. Starhawk Legendary and Hyperspace Foil Resupply Carrier. Yet another ramp for Imperial players. Pretty good stuff. What's really fun about Resupply Carrier, guys, is that it's when played. So if you are playing green-yellow, you can TDR into this, and then it goes back to hand and you play it again, and you can ramp twice with the same card. I know it's not easy getting it, but you know, it's a possibility. In the heat of battle. Thermal Oscillator. I think this is only our second one of this, which is pretty hard to believe. But yeah. on to our fourth box. Nabat Village is our first for this set. This box. Massage. Victor Leader, and Grim Valor as the foil. Stolen AT Hauler as a hyperspace, decent. Targeting Computer. Rampart as well as a foil. Oh, very nice pack. 2 rares and a legendary. Colossus and Blue Leader is hyperspace, and this is one of the chase uncommon cards for this set. So Blue Leader has got 2 keywords or 2 abilities. He's got Ambush, and then when played, you may pay 2 more, and if you do, move this unit to the ground arena and give 2 experience tokens to it. So because Ambush and when played is the same trigger, you get to choose the order in which it's activated. Meaning, you could throw this out into the space, hit something in space, and then pay 2 for it to go to ground arena and become a 5/5. Or you can pay 5, you can pay 2 to make it go to the ground, become a 5/5, and then do the ambush. So a very, very good card. Radiant 7, legendary, and then Von Reg's TIE Interceptor. It's the Red Baron. Crackshot V-Wing as our hyperspace. Data Vault. Dip that. Okay. Sorry. General Draven is our rare for this pack. A lot of people ask why he's not heroism, even though he's one of the generals. It's because I think he's the one who told Cassian and ordered the attack on Jyn Erso's father and killed all those scientists. So pretty dark thing to do. Moff Gideon yet again. Blue Leader. Again, very good card. Juggernaut, Legion Pike, Punch It. Rio Durant, Swarming Tie, Swarming Voucher. Profundity, another L. I don't think this one is gonna be a meta, but you never know. You never know. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Dogfight. Tenga. The rare for this is that's nice. It's an L. Annihilator. Oh wow, hyperspace foil for Nabat Village. Very nice. The foiling on this does seem a little bit weird. I'm not sure that's correct. See the thing. I don't know if that's a mountain, but if it is, then that's fine. Yeah, but you can see the foiling looks a little bit like it's meant for something else. Okay. Oh, leave that there. Gorilla Soldier as a hyperspace foil, L337, and Trace Martinez as a hyperspace. Why am I going from the back? I'm going to look for Nabat Village because I want to see whether that is a messed up yeah, it does look like it's a bit messed up. So I'll just show it side by side. There is no reason for all that funny bits up there. You see that, guys? So the foiling seems to make sense. Could it be the temple? Nope. Alright, well, guess we'll see. Cat and mouse is our rare for that one. Sorry, hyperspace Kasa. Hyperspace Honda Onaka and Snap Wexley. When played as a unit on attack, the next resistant card you play costs one less. And when played as an upgrade, search the top 5 cards of your deck for a resistant card, reveal it, and draw it. Okay. Not too terrible. Interesting. If you take the discount into effect, you're paying 2 for a 2/5 unit, and then if you can get value in the future turns, you could get back some of that. Foil Lake Country. Very nice. Magnificent Frigate, another Separatist capital ship. 4/7, not terrible, but with no abilities. It's going to compete. TIE Bomber, hyperspace foil, very nice. Starhawk is our legendary, Contracted Hunter. So goes here, so goes there, so goes here. Dagger Squadron, Thermal Oscillator, Hyperspace for Electromagnetic Pulse, Chimera, and Poe Dameron, Pilot. Boba Fett, and Hound's Tooth, which is a starter card. 4/3. While attacking and exhausting it didn't enter play, this unit deals combat damage before the defender. Interesting. I see a hyperspace foil at the back. It's looking nice, but Boshek. And then in the heat of battle, Face Off. Pretty nice card. Especially because it's Maul versus young Obi-Wan. I think that'll be popular. Hyperspace Swarming Vulture Droid. Yep, and nub. Whew. Looks like no showcase yet. Black 1, there is no escape, and Frisk. Pass. Face Off, another hyperspace foil. Jump to Lightspeed is a rare for this set. Return a friendly space unit and any number of non-leader upgrades on it to its owner's hand. The next time you play a copy of the unit this phase, you may play it for free. Oh. That's an interesting one. There's so many combos here, guys, which I think people haven't explored yet, and it's gonna be fun to watch all of it come out, bit by bit. Punch it, hyperspace. Commandeer. Luke Skywalker. 2 points for 3/2 and 3 points for piloting. If this unit would be defeated, you may instead move him to ground arena as a unit and exhaust him. So it's basically him on Hoth, I believe, and then he comes down and he can do other things. Pretty good. 3 points for 3/2 as well as a Force, Rebel, and Pilot. I don't think I've seen a lot of them, if I'm being honest. Corporate Light Cruiser is a hyperspace foil. Relentless Fire Spray, it's a rare. Gold Leader. L337 and Death Space Skirmisher. Death Star Plans, one of the nicer cards in this deck. I really like the art, even if the card itself might not be great. 2 points, Death Star Plan. Coordinated front. You may give a ground unit +2/+2. You may give a space unit +2/+2. Interesting. Planetary Bombardment as an L, one of the chase Ls of this set. Deal 8 indirect damage to a player. If you control a capital ship, deal 12 instead. If you have Devastator down already, that also means that you get to choose where that gets assigned, and that's basically 12 to base. So really, really powerful. Nub. Red 5. That goes there. Out the airlock. Get another removal for this set. Alright guys, at 11 I think I'm going to take a break from the stream. I might come back. But we have a lot of stuff to go through. Ooh, Hyperspace Foil Sedan Itano. Decent. After we finish this last box. Nebula Ignitions. Oh, that's a starter card. Scramble Fighters is another L, pretty good one. For 7 points, you can create 8 TIE fighters and ready them, but you can't attack bases for this phase. So interesting. Last pack, guys, and then we're going to turn off the stream for now. If we do come back on, we'll let you guys know. But we have got a lot of stuff to do. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If we come back, we'll let you know.